Strange women lying in ponds. Distributing swords is no basis for a system of government.
I met a woman with lips so red, her face so lined like spider webs. I'll always remember the things she said. They were so wide, she opened my eyes, and I'll never close again. Oh, how she sighed when she stopped her cigarette. I felt compelled to inquire for success.
Oh God, her vocals. And again, the choices here, production-wise, completely different from what we've heard before.
She said, every time you succeed, there's an old man somewhere seething, and spite's as good a reason to take his power. When you hate the body you are in, oh love you're acting just for him, as he counts his gold and green in his ivory tower. You don't need him, you don't need me. With that poison bottle you'll be free, but be damn sure you don't mix it up with mine.
Oh God. Again, the lyrics are so good. I love satisfying rhyming couplets and, you know, really, just really good lyrics that tell a really specific story and in a really interesting and fun way. And again, just to reiterate, another shift in terms of the tone and the way that it's been put together. I really feel like no two songs have really been the same, but it's still unmistakably her, particularly with, you know, her vocal. Even when it shifts, it's unmistakably her performing. Just, yeah, that mixture of variety with a consistency in tone is one of the things I think that makes a great album. The use of this beat and the da da da, you know, these little touches.
She was already getting sick of her life. When you hate the body you are in, oh love you're acting just for him, as he counts his gold and green in his ivory tower. Fear it lies his pocket love, so take that rage and bottle up and put a drop into his cup of wine.
Tone of her voice there when it really opens up.
You'll be free, but be damn sure you don't mix it up with mine. Be damn sure you don't mix it up with mine. I met a woman with lips so red.
I'm looking at her red lips on the cover. If there's somewhat. Sorry. Just realising, I wonder how many references on the cover that are in the album, you know, and in the lyrics that I'm missing. Just then when she was talking about meeting the woman with the lips of red, and I just was focusing for a moment on her, you know, red lips on the cover. The consistency in tone and in messaging, whether it's being, like, you know, socially minded or political, or whether it's being very personal, the consistency in tone and message is ever present. But each track is very much its own thing and is telling its own unique story. This is just brilliant. That's a lovely sound.
This morning I emerged onto wet earth. It had been raining, and while it had been raining, you and I, we had been lying. And while we had been lying in the warmth, we had been falling into slumber with the thunder overhead.
Again, the use of a completely different sound with relying on her beautiful vocal and that plunky guitar, and creating an image in your mind and a place and a time that's just unmistakable. just, again, great storytelling and wonderful lyrics.
In the cave we laid down to the rain sounds on your window. What a lovely hiding place that you have made to delay our parting.
God, this is
What a
beautiful.
world outside to keep each other safe from. That's all that I want, darling. That's all that I want, darling.
It's stunning.
You lie womb-like, and in your arms I seize my breathing. With broken ribs and one last kiss, I would die here warm.
God, these lyrics are so fucking good. It's so sad and so beautiful, as with some of the other tracks. Her vocals are just wonderful, and the atmosphere that's created with the guitar, obviously with the vocal and the lyrics. It's so moving, and I could fall asleep to this.
That's all that I want, darling.
Yeah, fall asleep to, or, you know, sit in the doorway while the rain's falling and just drift off into anywhere, wherever. It's just stunning. A really, really beautiful piece about something so sad and so easy to picture and feel like you're there and you're experiencing it with her.
There was confusion, and there were flames. I had always felt the fire call my name, but this was different. I could taste the fear and the sweet relief.
Anytime you have just her soft, beautiful vocals with a guitar, you could have a whole album of that and I'd be very happy, but she's going to do more than that.
They showed me a dying planet in a tin-sized escape pod. There was room only for a bed and porthole that I watched my home explode from. Why did I deserve to live? Did I just deserve to watch them die? Oh, why did I?
Again with the lyrics, it's just poetry, and it's just so satisfying to listen to, aside from the brilliant choices in the production. Again, not content with just having her beautiful vocal and that guitar carrying it through, which, like I say, could easily work and could just be the whole album. She brings in these great effects and adds on these other layers of vocal and just takes the song to another place. Oh.
I have been floating ever since then, with nobody but the darkness as my friend. And if they asked me,
Could be a companion piece, I guess you could say, to something like Space Oddity, you know, either literally or as a metaphor, the image of her floating in this escape pod. Oh.
escape, but there was no
It's just otherworldly.
that I watched my home explode from. Oh, why did I? They showed me Aphrodite running inside the skateboard.
Ooh, love that. What a great choice at the end there to have, you know, to have an effect that sounds as if she's literally floating in a tin can, Major Tom style. God, that was good. You never quite know what you're going to get from one track to the next in the production. That's a very satisfying sound. Almost ASMR type deal.
Scatter ashes, leave no marker where you planted. So the hordes will be disbanded as they search on a treasure map for my headstone.
Oh God, the lyrics again.
Leave me to the beasts and bears, but rather that the feast was theirs. They commas of neighboring plots for a quest to be buried on top. Leave me for a day or two.
I feel like I'm doing a lot of sort of this, and I'm just sort of swaying, and I could a lot of these tracks I could just drift away, not necessarily to sleep, maybe meditate or something. It's just the sounds that she creates and the stories that she's telling. I just want to get lost in them. I feel like I'm repeating myself with the kinds of things that I'm picking up on and the things that I'm saying, but it is what it is.
I'll tattoo it just so they think it's ruined. And if they think it's ruined,
Lovely harmonising there.
easier to say. But please hurry if you really love me. You'll dispose of me unceremoniously in your ways. And I will burn my flesh and bone, screaming the words.
Anytime that the sound switches up and you get bigger sounds and bigger different production choices,
leave me to the beasts and bears. I'd rather that the feast
and then
was
coming back
theirs.
to this sound.
Comments of neighboring plots or a quest to be buried on top. Leave me for a day or two to make sure that I turn blue.
Fragility in her vocals
For the
here.
first time since I drew breath, I'm undesirable again.
Another wonderful, wonderful track with it. Again, painting such pictures with the lyrics and having the shifts in the production so that you never quite know where you're going to go. You know that it's going to be really interesting or it's going to be moving or exciting, but there's always this great shift in tone and production, sometimes several times in one song, and it's really satisfying.
When I'm lying in my bed, I like to pretend that my body is just bones on the beach.
Again,
It's the first time I've
total
felt
shift in
it
tone,
since
total
my
shift in
mother's
style.
womb. I slept in my last home between the stones and the sea.
And again, the lyrics.
Some overzealous anthropology professor with all his students in tow carry spades and books for studying, stumbling, discover me. I implore them to leave me alone.
Fuck, I love the lyrics so much.
One millennium more there, maybe I will be lone more there. I was living when I'm bones on the beach.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter whether she's coming at something with a sense of almost whimsy and humour, or whether it's dark and foreboding, or whatever it might be. Her choices as a writer, the way that she composes these pieces and the lyrics she chooses, it's so enjoyable to listen to. It's so satisfying to hear her tell this story. And again, the shift in tone, the shift in the production, the completely different tone to the guitar being used, the kind of setting of like her vocals. I mean, go back one track, 2 or 3 tracks, and you've got a completely different song happening, but you can still tell it's her. I love it. I love the consistency of that. It's unmistakably her, and in spite of that, each track is very much its own beast.
With the end long past, I one eternal sigh of no breath that is left to release. I hear footsteps and bones, they cannot look left, but I register her stepping nearby. Her face is peaceful, she's looked upon life's evil and considered it next to infinite skies.
The lyrics.
Give me one millennium more, that maybe I will be wrong more than.
See, where does that come from?
It's non-existent in any belief system. All I want is some rest.
Blending these sounds together seamlessly.
Just the darkness of the worst, temporality and permanence. I don't know what's on the other side.
Ooh, and we sort of built up into the next track there. Yeah. What can I say that I haven't said already? Just beautiful lyrics, great storytelling, wonderful choices in the production, that every time there's any kind of shift, even the ones like with that very interesting sort of round that was created with the Death Will Not Bring What You Think It Will. Didn't see that coming, but it worked. It definitely worked.
What was it that stayed my hand then? With dagger held unsheathed, blade pointing in its side. I'd been set upon by a predator. It was just looking for a meal. I saw ribs and fearful eyes. For that animal I let slink off into the undergrowth unscathed. Do I not fear death, but just pretend to? For it was starving, it was hungry, but had eyes too close to let me. If you were easy to kill, I would have done it already.
Oh. Again, such satisfying and wonderful lyrics. The production is great. Just the pictures that she's painting, I can't get over it. It's so enjoyable. It's not just this track, but there's other ones that sort of remind me of the kind of feeling I get listening to other artists, but I'll save that for the end. But it's just wonderful.
Plagued by phantom noises, that skeletal beast was haunting all my steps. You were at my feet, near by the fire. You're a gentle beast,
where are we
and
going
I'm
now?
alive. You were at my feet, near by the fire. You're a gentle purring beast, and I'm alive.
building to another big movement, or are we going to keep it in this space? I don't mind either way.
You are at my feet when we're by the fire. You're a healthy, gentle, purring beast, and I'm alive. You are at my feet when we're by the fire.
The way she can repeat the same refrains and just add new layers and new sounds to keep it engaging and just keep you in. Yeah, remarkable again. Remarkable. I'm going to move on and close this out.
Our paths will never cross again, and that's the way you wanted it. You never could care less about the way we ended up. Sightings few and far.
You could have the whole album like this. Just that guitar and her vocal, and I swear I would have loved every single one.
The icy mountain wilds. I don't know you. I used to like to pretend to. We're nothing but myths now that neither of us believe in.
Okay, we have someone else featuring. Doesn't say on here who it is. Let me look that up really quickly. Okay, featuring Old Sea Brigade. I'm not familiar with them, I'll be honest with you. But no doubt they'll make a great addition when we hear a bit more of them. Yeah, like I say, you could just have her vocal and her being accompanied by an acoustic guitar on all of these tracks, and it would be enough. But she always adds really interesting sounds and layers in different vocal effects, and all the production choices always add this extra dimension, even if there isn't like a dramatic shift. That seems to happen a lot too. She's not going to just settle for doing, a simple singer-songwriter thing of just letting her and the guitar do the work. She makes all these other choices that really, add to it.
You hear how I achieve good ends out of the mouths of mutual friends, and shrug and raise your eyebrows in the way you always have. But here we are, flung to earth's corners far.
All those vocals blending together.
We're nothing
Lovely.
but myths now that neither of us believe in. No muscle memory, no lingering place, no persistent impulse to pick up your trace. I left you no note, you left me no sign of where I plan to go, of what you've gone to.
Again, the lyrics, the storytelling.
Sweet indifference, gentle apathy, wholesome quiet dispassion, restful neutrality. We're nothing but myths now that neither of us believe in.
God, it's a dream.
We're nothing
I'm floating in that body of water along with, her head.
neither of us believe in.
Okay, may come as a surprise to you, to be honest, in this little summary and final thoughts. I loved this. This is great. This is already in a contention for one of my albums of the year. This is wonderful, wonderful work. I'm reminded of other artists at times. Like there are moments where either in terms of production or her vocals. You could get Florence, you could get Billy, Aurora even. You know, there's a lot in there as far as familiar aesthetics and sounds, but it's very much her work. Every track has its own piece. The whole tone and vibe is consistent, and it's just communicating beautiful, sad, whimsical sometimes stories and ideas, and always with a consistent, just dreamlike tone. I don't know how else to put it. Like, each track just feels like a really complete and singular piece, and when you put them all together, you just get a fantastic album. So therefore, I can't pick any standout tracks right now. I'm just in love with the whole piece, so I'm not going to pick any standout tracks on this occasion. I'm definitely going to consistently check out anything else that she puts out in future, and obviously if there's anything that's been released beforehand that I'm obviously not familiar with yet, or I haven't taken the time to research, please let me know. You know, type down below your own thoughts about the album and what have you, but please do also make recommendations, because I always appreciate them. It just helps me know where to go next. But yeah, guys, thanks as always for watching. You know, like it if you liked it, and do leave your thoughts and your suggestions below. But yeah, goodbye forever. All this talk of getting old, it's getting me down, my love, like a cat in a bag, waiting to drown. This time I'm coming down, and I hope you're thinking of me as you lay down.